Welcome back to another episode of Chalk Talk. My camera is falling.
Wait, is that the intro?
That is the intro.
Welcome
back to another episode of Chalk Talk.
Welcome for coming back for the great old times here on
Thanks for taking your finger and clicking on the video. Good thing. Oh, welcome back. Welcome if you've never been here, and welcome back for the ones who have, if you have clicked before. But anywho,
yes,
today's episode is about Netflix. Ticker symbol NFLX.
Sure.
Like a competitor for the NFL. NFLX. Anywho. Yeah, so today is a quick update episode. Our last episode on Netflix was October 24th, episode 22. If you haven't checked that out, go check it. Last price in the last episode was $406.84, which was the price on the day before because we released the video on the 24th. But more or less, it traded like $1 off, maybe two. Yeah, as I was saying, the last price was $406.84. We saw a little pop from 406 on the what day? The 25th. So literally the day after we released the video, it ran to 418.84. Really, not much of a run, but $12. And then it sunk down all the way, and the stock lost roughly $22 and change from that high of the month from 418, and had a low of that month at what seems like to be a support for Netflix of 395.62, and then it bounced off of that, and we have now see a 52-week low today. So it's a good day to make a Netflix episode. 52-week high.
Yeah, Netflix is
really,
really shocking me.
Yeah, 448, 43 is the 52-week high. And I think when we first started covering this stock, I forget how much, but I want to say some 200.
Yeah, beyond my expectations.
Back in like late April-ish, when we started when he started paying attention more to it. But yeah, today we closed out. Well, Netflix. I don't own any Netflix, but I don't know why I'm using the word we. But Netflix closed out at 444. 444. It's good luck if you believe in numbers. 62, so $4 under the high of the day and the 52-week high.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, excuse me, consensus, strong buy and hold, pretty equal, 33%, 30%.
Yeah,
respectively.
And then there are 5% out there who thinks it's an underperformer. But
short, medium, long, bullish. I mean, I don't know. Can it go higher? Will it reach 600?
Yeah, 600. Yeah, 600 is the high. Yeah, the average is 462. So if you believe that analysts have a crystal ball, then we have another $16 to $18 to go. And then if you really believe in analysts, we have another $155 and change.
If it's
like I said,
yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, what was it when I did the math? I think it's that would be another 35% gain from these levels.
Yeah, I mean, if it stays on brand, I mean, maybe like 6 more months, it could see 600, or something wacky could happen and it could pop in like 3 weeks. I don't know. It's what's going
on. I mentioned to you before. I don't know. I like the stock, but I personally wouldn't touch it right now. It just hit 52-week highs.
It just seems like they don't know what's going to happen next for real.
And
honesty.
like I say in pretty much every single one of our videos, we're in a crappy market. So anything that touches a 52-week high, especially in a bear market. But I
When
guess
they
that's a good future outlook for Netflix.
yes,
Is that hey, you hit a 52-week high in a bear market, so I guess that's like technically very, very bullish in the long term.
yes,
But if you ask me, I think we're going to see a sell-off. Maybe not a big one,
like a little
but
bitty dip.
you could see the stock losing maybe, yeah, 5 to 10% easily. I don't know, in my opinion, because usually 52 ties, people are in
Looking to make a
general,
profit. Yeah.
yeah, take some profit, whether they sell their whole position or they just sell some for profit. But I think there'll be some profit taking, if you ask me, in my opinion, from a 52-week high. But who knows? They could be right. This could be a $600 plus stock. But that would put us, well, I don't know, again, I don't know why I use the word us, but that would put Netflix at a roughly $260 billion market cap from its current of 191.95. Sorry, but that's a free flow market cap. The company's market cap is just slightly higher at 194.60, which is still pretty crazy. They have some pretty good, like I said, this company has just been raking in money since its existence, and especially since it IPO'd years ago.
Yeah, I mean
They
the
used to be known for their
EPS.
crazy cash flow, but
Yeah, the EPS looks like it's projected to go downwards. So I'm
yeah,
interested to see if it actually does that.
right now it has a 10.02 earnings per share. Um, they have I mean, this is a very good company in my opinion, like numbers wise. They have a very good debt to asset, 55%. They have good healthy margins at 19.64%. They have a good EPS. They have a fantastic um, total revenue. Their net income's pretty solid. I mean, they were struggling there around 2022 because it was like laggy post COVID. But
Yeah. Wait,
their
when
last
was the
like three,
last?
4 quarters,
I can't remember the date of the last earnings call.
uh, and they always keep a solid balance sheet. Their last earnings call was probably well
October
Q3.
18th.
So
October 18th, 2023.
yeah, because
So,
their Q4 numbers are coming out between the 17th
mhm,
and the 22nd after
okay.
hours in January.
Yeah.
So we still have another 2-ish months until fourth quarter. But
Yeah, I'm just
something fourth quarter
reflecting.
that I would like.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I'm just
We
looking
saying?
here at their financing cash flow for Q3, negative 60,000%.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, what?
They're operating and they're investing is fucking
Well, they're doing a
whoopee
lot of stuff. I saw all
amazing.
over the internet. They're doing a bunch of stuff. They're trying to get new games on their platform. They're
Mm-hmm.
bringing out a lot of new movie concepts. They're really running with, adaptation. Someone told me about an animated Terminator. I think an actually anime Terminator. So I don't something about
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
honestly, with all this investing going on, I would like to go find one of those brick and mortar stores to see it for myself. Even if I have to drive like 2 or 3 states, I will do it. I want to see
I don't
one.
know. I don't know when that's coming out and what state or city it's going to be out in, but yeah, that'd be interesting. But yeah, they seem to be killing it with all their Netflix originals. I mean, they always have. It's like they're really good at those. I mean, they made One Piece, like that's from Netflix.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Anything interesting that you have your eye on Netflix?
yeah, what we talked about.
Yeah.
We'll just do it on camera this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, last episode we talked about One Piece. I figured maybe we could keep the same thing going. It doesn't have to be every Netflix episode, but maybe something like cool to talk about. Like I said, just to like break up numbers and stock talk. to add into the podcast. But yeah, like choose like a cool show maybe from Netflix in the Netflix episodes.
Yeah, they got
But
some
oh,
bangers
Zazie
coming
is a
out.
top mover. Anywho,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they do. Like I said last time, it was One Piece. So this time, it's a little bit different of a show that I want to reference. Well, One Piece is fantasy. So this is like crime
Mm-hmm.
documentary, docu series. There are three. It's called Get Gotti. Obviously, I've told you this before, but yeah, obviously this is for the
Wait, no,
viewers.
but you've seen all of them, right? Because I don't know. Like you've seen all of them?
The three, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched like two in one night, but I was like starting to fall asleep towards like the end of it because it was like super late.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just rewatched like the second half of the second one and then the third one later. But yeah, they're not long. But yeah, it's called Get Gotti. They're 40 like some odd minutes the first two, and then the last and third one is like just short of an hour.
Okay.
So it's like 2.5-ish hours of content. But yeah, the documentary, the docu-series starts at the tail end of 1985 with a murder. And it was like a very, um, what's the word I'm looking for? The expression.
Was
Very
it
like
brutal?
prolific
Oh, okay.
murder in the underworld and the organized crime world. Like it shocked people. Um, but yeah, it was a murder of a guy called Paul Castellano, and the docu-series is about a guy called John Gotti. If you don't know who John Gotti is, um, he was an organized crime figure, the Gambino crime family for many, well, decades. Um, but yeah, it's about him, and it's about how multiple government agencies they were kind of like separately doing their own thing, and then they
Mm-hmm.
kind of like started helping each other towards the end of it because it took years and years and years for them to quote get Gotti. They had to do like four different like it's like one or two state levels and then like federal level. But yeah, he beat the government like three times and like he was very popular like amongst the regular people. Like he was always in the news and reporters were in his face and talking to reporters and everything, which is like kind of like weird for the mafia.
Oh,
But
very
he
Sam
used
Bankman
it,
before Sam Bankman.
yeah, he used it to his benefit though, to like change how people view him. Like he's like, hey, if I'm going to be in court against the U.S. government, I might as well use the people and use the media for my benefit, and I can paint a picture
Yeah.
of just a nice neighborhood businessman who makes a lot of money because he owns multiple businesses and companies and a contraction and contracting companies and trash removal companies. But realistically, he was the head of the Gambino
If
crime
you had
family.
to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the
One to
best.
ten, the docu series, I would give it like a solid like 7.5. I would
Okay, so it's
say,
worth watching. It's worth checking
uh,
out in my free time.
yeah, I would say I personally liked um the other docu series I told you about. It's also a Netflix original. It's still on Netflix. Um, Netflix seems to be kind of like going on a gangsta organized crime thing going on right now. They're actually having a third one. I forget what it's called, but it's like How to Be the Boss or The Boss or
Really?
something with the boss in the title. But yeah, the other one I'm referring to, it's already been out. It's called Fear City, and it's like they mentioned two different cases where like the U.S. government and the federal government really like went after organized crime in New York and against the five families, and they like specifically went off the heads, but it took them years and years and years and years and years. But yeah, Get Gotti is pretty similar docu series. It's just basically like they're doing an interview a lot of like the prosecutors, lawyers, FBI agents, and they're doing like the narrations and like giving you your and then both documentaries are getting your like wiretaps and everything they had to do in order to like break into specific places and do sketchy stuff and pretend like there was one guy he had like he was like he worked for like a cable company. He was coming to like fix the telephone, but he was really putting like a bug in the thing
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, like you can hear these guys like talking to him, and it's like weird. Like a lot of these guys, like how they act and how they carry themselves and how they speak
Mm-hmm.
is like some of them. It's like real stereotypical how you would think like a guy in the mafia in New York would be and how he talks. But some of them, like they're very like articulate, very like extremely intelligent. They speak like gentlemen, like, "Hey, sir, good afternoon. Thank you so much for like my thing." Da, da, da. And like they're very like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of manners and very gentleman-like, and they like to make themselves just like they're a gangster, but they're more like white collar.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
that's
some of
modern
them,
day
they're like
gangster
typical guy.
anyway.
Yeah. And then some of them, it's like you think like the typical guy, like New York, 70s, 80s guy named Vinny. He was a street guy. He's more of like a street guy, like lower level, like. But like, it's funny, like a lot of the guys, like they go after, like you hear them in the wiretaps, and it's like, yeah, some, like I said, some of it's real stereotypical shit, and then some of it's like you hear them like talking. Yeah, but
Yeah, sounds interesting. Would you say Fierce City above
I'd say
Gotti or below?
I would say Fear City is a little bit better than Get Gotti because
Okay.
they mentioned two really big cases, the commission case and then the Windows case. And then they go after like multiple, like all heads of the five families, and they put them away for each 100 plus years.
Brutal.
It took the government, yeah, and it took the government years and years and years and wiretaps and dozens of FBI agents like compiling evidence after years from like people like ratting to, like I said, wiretaps and
Yeah, and
just
forensic science really kind of
everything.
picked up in the mid 90s. So I
Yeah, because they're
imagine that
like,
was a setback.
yeah, because these guys they will take like a slap on the wrist, like, and they could never really figure out how to get to the higher up guys. They're all just getting like snagging like associates or soldiers, like lower level guys,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a captain or two, but they were never able to reach the boss, the underboss, the consigliere, etc. And
Mm-hmm.
then in that docu series, they mentioned like, "Hey, we use Rico, and this is what Rico is, and this is how we used it, and this is the three things of Rico, and you have to have this, and this." Yeah, they mentioned Rico in both and how they would hit them with Rico, but like, and it would take them like 3 to 5 years to build like these cases because they're like, if we're gonna go after these guys, we gotta make sure they literally never see the light of day ever again, and we can put them away for like 80, 90, 100 years.
Yeah,
And they were putting all these old men away. They're like 70, they're
desperation.
already 75. Yeah, they've already been like doing gangster shit for like 45, 50 years. And now they're like
Yeah.
75 and they're like 100 years. And then they die in prison at like 85, 90 of colon cancer in like
Yeah.
random places. They put them in random, like Mississippi and Kentucky and like South Dakota. They
Spread them out and
don't want to put them,
put
yeah,
them
they
in
don't
the
want to put them
middle of
anywhere near New
nowhere.
York. Yeah. Yeah. So check out Fair City, Get Gotti, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
that for Click Stock. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's Netflix.
anybody, yeah, maybe we'll have another show to
Yeah.
suggest.
I've been checking out Netflix again. My schedule's getting a little bit more stable, so I'm interested to check out what's on there. Plus, I got a list of mom movies I got to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
So
Thanks for
that's
hanging
that.
out.
Yeah.
Thanks for staying
Thanks for yeah.
classy and awesome as always.
Thanks. And kudos if you're still watching.
Yes, thank you for your
Yeah.
attendance. I don't know. Thank you
For
for
your
your time.
attendance, for
That's
your
what it is, because
time. Thank
time
you
is
for your
money.
attention.
Thank you for your
Attention is the
attention.
new currency.
Yeah.
Attention is the new currency. But anyways, yeah, thanks for your time. Thanks for clicking. Please like, share, and subscribe and support our tiny but yet growing channel. Take care. We hope to see you in the new one. Stay safe, stay cool, stay classy. Bye.
Bye. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's recording this time.
Are you sure?
Yes. Did you not hear it? Recording in progress.
Recording in progress.